Welcome to part 1 of a 2-part series entitled Venerated Master Minh Chiêu, Vegan, founder of 까odaism. 까odaism was founded in Âu or Vietnam more than 95 years ago and has quickly grown to become the third largest religion in the country. 까odaism recognizes that the ultimate goal of all true religions is the same: to teach humankind to live peacefully and compassionately with all sentient beings, and to realize our divine origin. The term 까odai literally means supreme palace, referring to the place where God reigns over the universe, and was also the name which God used to impart His divine instructions in the creation of 까odai. 까odai followers believe that God chose the venerated Minh Chiêu and directly transmitted the teachings and method of spiritual practice to him until he attained the ultimate self-realization and founded 까odaism. Master Minh Chiêu was born in 1878 in Bình Tây Village, Chợ Lớn Province, Âu Lạc, Vietnam. Although he came from an underprivileged family, his brilliance earned him scholarships to continue his studies until he graduated. He later became the governor of Tân An Province. Being very filial, Master Minh Chiêu took loving care of his parents. When his mother was seriously ill, he washed her clothes and often attended spiritist seance sessions to obtain a cure for her. Spiritist seance is a method of communication with spiritual realms that began long ago in Asia. In 1919, when his mother again fell ill, Master Minh Chiêu returned to the spiritist sessions only to receive a message that his mother's time had come. The message was to encourage Master Minh Chiêu to practice spiritually in order to return to his original noble position in the Western paradise or nirvana. In fact, Master Minh Chiêu had always been interested in spirituality and studied both Eastern and Western philosophies. However, he had not met any living teacher whom he wished to follow and often said that he would only study the Tao with a divine master. In 1920, Master Minh Chiêu was appointed as the district chief of Phu Quoc. The spiritist sessions were held at Quang Âm Pagoda on Yung Dong Mountain. The other attendees were very surprised because previously it would take several seances before they could contact a fairy. But since Master Minh Chiêu began participating, fairies were always present. During a session in February 1921, God, assuming the name Supreme Being 까odai, told Master Minh Chiêu to become vegetarian or vegan in order to receive His teaching.
Vegan, the strength of a hero.
After Master Minh Chiêu became a disciple of Supreme Being 까odai, he still did not know the proper method of worshiping. One day, his master told him to think of a symbol for worshiping purposes. After a week, he still hadn't come up with one. One morning, while sitting in his hammock, a huge eye appeared in front of him, just a few meters away. It shone very brightly, gazing straight at him. Master Ngô Chiêu then prayed to God, "If you want me to use this to represent you, then please let it vanish now." The eye faded and disappeared, but Master Ngô Chiêu still wasn't convinced. 2 days later, this divine eye appeared to him again, and by then he understood God's will. He painted a picture of what he saw, and the divine eye became the symbol of God in all Cao Dai's holy temples. Supreme Being Cao Dai instructed Master Ngô Chiêu to address him as Master and receive the divine messages. He became an official disciple of Master Cao Dai. His master then transmitted an esoteric method of spiritual practice and told him to keep it a secret until he attained complete enlightenment. His spiritual practice required a pure vegetarian or vegan diet and abstaining from physical desire. Master Ngô Chiêu led a remarkably simple and modest life. Being a district chief, he had to be properly attired in public, but at home, he dressed plainly and ate simple food. Although a high-ranking official, he was very humble and always showed compassion to the less fortunate. He helped the needy in a discreet and tactful way so that they wouldn't feel indebted. Disguised as a commoner, he would often go into the village at night in order to observe and understand the livelihood of the citizens in his care. Some evenings, he would discreetly slip money through the doors of the needy. Master Ngô Chiêu also gave money to the coffin maker's shop in the district in order to pay for families who could not afford to purchase a coffin for their departed loved ones. On New Year's Eve, he would go to the market and buy the wilted flowers from the flower sellers, whose sales didn't go well, so that they could go home early to prepare for the new year. He employed disadvantaged people to work at his house and paid them 2 to 3 times the normal wage. Performing his duties as a judge, Master Ngô Chiêu worked tirelessly, investigating and gathering evidence to ensure that citizens were judged fairly. Even with those who violated the law, he was known to be merciful and lenient. One time, a thief sneaked into his house and was caught by his guards. After kindly but sternly explaining what is right and wrong, Master Ngô Chiêu gave the thief some money and let him go home. Upholding honesty and righteousness, Master Ngô Chiêu strictly adhered to the principle, never stealing even 1/10 of a penny if it's not ours. He also taught his disciples, do good deeds often but discreetly, and don't expect anything in return. He said that real happiness lies in making others happy. And when you practice spiritually, don't let others know it. You should always be humble, don't gossip, and don't judge others. In 2009, Supreme Master Ching Hai mentioned the Cao Dai religion.
Giáo hữu, giáo sư, phó sư được phải ăn chay.
Hiểu.
Đạo Cao Đài thì theo những cái cơ bút á, của Thượng Đế mà giảng xuống nói lại á, thì đạo Cao Đài là đạo của của Thượng Đế. Mà sau này đạo Thượng Đế đó sẽ hoằng bá năm châu. Nghĩa là cái đạo Thượng Đế sẽ phát triển được năm châu. Ngay bây giờ đạo Cao Đài đâu có thể phát triển năm châu.
Cũng có đó chứ, sư phụ bỏ đạo Cao Đài vô Supreme Master TV rồi bây giờ năm châu ai cũng biết hết á.
Cái đó nhờ sư phụ bỏ vô nó mới biết.
Sư phụ biểu đạo nào mà dạy người ta làm tốt á hả, mình đánh giữ. Mà sư phụ biết vị minh sư của Cao Đài hồi xưa là một vị minh sư khai ngộ. Thành ra sư phụ những cái gì mà ngài dạy đó là đúng hết. Cũng như Phật hay Chúa vậy đó, thì sư phụ bỏ hết vào trong tivi. Biểu nó tìm hết ra cho những cái đạo giống nhau, những cái sự giống nhau đó, cho những cái đạo không có đánh nhau nữa, không có hiểu lầm nhau nữa, không có khinh miệt nhau nữa, mà phải kính trọng lẫn nhau và giúp đỡ lẫn nhau, hiểu chưa? Cái mục đích nó là như vậy đó.
With reverent hearts, we pray that all of humanity soon adopts the path of peace and respect as taught by the benevolent, enlightened masters.
But by the stream, on its bank from either side, will grow every tree for food. Its leaf will not wither, neither will its fruit end. Month after month, its fruits will ripen, for its waters will emanate from the sanctuary, and its fruit shall be for food, and its leaves for a cure. Ezekiel, Holy Hebrew Bible, Judaism.
Noble viewers, thank you for your gracious presence today.